Kia's own Hamstermobile, assembled in South Korea, has always been a hit here in the States since its debut for the 2010 model year. And even as a new generation is about to hit the streets for 2014, that continues. One could argue that it competes with any number of popular compact and subcompact cars, from the Honda Fit to the Nissan Versa and Ford Fiesta. But mainly, it's one of 3 available box cars out there. Of course, I'm referring to the Scion XB and Nissan Cube. And it's in that unique segment where the Soul really shines, selling more than double the amount of the XB and Cube combined. With that volume and its funky design, it might even be stealing sales away from the Nissan Juke. In this video, we'll try to find out why, just what makes the Soul so much better compared to its competition in the eyes of so many shoppers. We'll also tell you just about everything you need to know about the car in terms of details, so let's take a look. Exterior styling could have something to do with Kia's excellent sales. Walking around the car, one of the first things you notice are that their character lines run all the way around the entire body, tying everything together, from the roof, through the doors, and into the front fenders. And that's especially noticeable on our Tester, which is painted in bright silver, but loud colors like alien green and molten red are also offered. Up front is Kia's now ubiquitous Tiger Nose grille trimmed in chrome, but it's smaller and more rectangular than on some other Kia models, which means you can see just how boxy this car really is. I really like that no matter what color paint you get on this car, there are these black accents underneath the headlight clusters. Kind of reminds me of a football player's black eye paint. Just below those aggressive-looking headlight clusters are 2 strips of LEDs, one forming the turn signals and one forming the running lights. However, curiously, the running lights are not automatic, they're manually operated. From the side is probably one of the best angles to look at the car from, allowing you to notice the blacked out A-pillars, wraparound greenhouse, and strong-looking C-pillar, resulting in a cantilevered or visor effect for the roof. Normally, I'm not a fan of fake side fender vents, but they don't look too out of place here, and an aftermarket turn signal can be installed, adding some function. The 18-inch polished alloy wheels on low-profile tires fill out the wheel arches nicely. Moving around to the back, you'll notice that Kia even paid attention to the housings for the taillights, choosing to make their cut lines a design feature instead of simply trying to hide them as most vehicles do. Up-level models have LED lighting at the rear as well, with a continuous strip running around the entire shape of the taillight. It looks really great at night. Overall, the result is a car that's not quite as awkward or cartoonish looking as the Cube, or as heavy and bland looking as the Scion XB. The overall size of the car is similar to that of the Cube, Versa, and XB and others, and as some fun trivia, it's about the same size as the classic 1984 to 2001 XJ Jeep Cherokee, but with more interior room. Moving inside, the first thing that probably catches your attention is the 2-tone color scheme of our Exclaim model and the sloping shape of the dashboard. Unfortunately, with the premium package and the leather seating, this is the only color scheme available. In 2012, Kia discontinued the red and black interior. As part of the premium package, heated leather is available, as well as lots of other features not offered in much of the competition. Things like a push-button ignition, automatic climate control, power fold mirrors with turn signals, automatic headlights, and a different infotainment system, which includes hard drive-based navigation with the option of traffic information provided by Sirius XM satellite radio, streaming Bluetooth audio, and hands-free phone, a cool HVAC pictogram, and a single CD slot that you'll never use. All of this means that you lose the UVO system, which is Kia's well-regarded voice command system that's available on lower spec models. But this system is easy to use, responds quickly enough, and is fairly intuitive after some time behind the wheel. More than can be said for some systems in cars costing double or maybe even triple the price of this Soul. And let's not forget about the speaker lights, arguably the car's most notorious feature. To the left of the steering wheel is a well-thought-out switch for controlling the speaker-mounted lights, giving you options for color transitions, pulsating with the beat of whatever music you're playing, intensity, or turning them off completely if you're a party pooper. My only issue with these is they put in this great switch only to give you 2 speakers worth of lighting. Why not at least continue the lighting into the back door so your friends can dance along with you? The music setting is also rather pointless unless you regularly listen to thumping awful music, which hey, some people do. Materials quality is on par for cars in this price range, and ergonomics are good as well. There's a decent mixture of buttons and actual knobs in addition to the touchscreen, minimizing the amount of time you have to take your eyes off the road. There's a good amount of steering wheel controls for, of course, cruise control, audio, and phone, and they all vary in shape, size, and texture just enough so that after spending some time with the car, you know what you're touching without looking. Not everything is perfect though. There is a tilting and telescoping steering wheel, but the range is just average. And the multiple ways the driver's seat adjusts is good, but the height adjustment only moves the rear of the seat. So if you're tall and you like a lot of thigh support, definitely spend some quality time in the seat while you're at the dealer. At least once you're there, you face clear, legible gauges, there's good visibility out, and all of the center stack controls fall easily at hand. Below the center stack are 2 power ports and the MP3 connection for your music player. This gives you the aux connection as well as a USB connection. I'd prefer these be in the center armrest or at least in the glove compartment, not out in the open where every time you park your car you have to take out your MP3 player. Storage space is decent though, with a small but usable space under your arm, in the doors where there are 2 more cup holders, and in the glove box which has 2 levels. Leg room and especially headroom are also quite good even with the power sunroof. The same goes for the rear seats where you get a comfortable cushion and decent head and leg room despite the small size of the car and tapered roofline. I do wish there was an armrest and a power outlet though, and the aforementioned speaker lights. Now how about cargo space? Well, at 53.4 cubic feet with the seats down, it's ahead of the Mini Countryman by a lot, in line almost exactly with the Subaru Impreza wagon and a few feet shy of the seemingly magical Honda Fit. And good use has been made of this space. Fold the 60/40 back seats down and you get a load floor that's basically flat. In fact, we were able to get a bicycle in with one of the wheels taken off and still even had room for a passenger. Below the floor is a hidden cargo tray with large compartments, and below that is a well for a compact spare tire. Our car didn't come with a spare tire though, like many cars these days. It came with just a repair kit and a pump. However, we were able to find a spare online for about half the price of our local Kia dealership, and that included shipping. Okay, well with the back seat up, I can officially give this a Globe rating of 5.5. But most importantly, how does the Soul drive? Here in the US, base models are available with a 1.6-liter direct-injected 4-cylinder engine shared with the Kia Rio. Horsepower is 138 and torque is 123 foot-pounds. Fuel economy is good at 25 city, 30 highway, and 27 combined with the 6-speed manual transmission. But for our money, we'd rather get the available and more powerful 2-liter. Lacking direct injection, output is still good at 164 horsepower and 148 foot-pounds of torque. Fuel economy only goes down by 1 mpg in each category at 24 city, 29 highway, and 26 combined with the manual transmission, and 1 more below that with the automatic at 23, 28, and 25 combined. Sadly, an automatic is the only available transmission with the fully loaded Exclaim model. Powertrains vary elsewhere in the world, so check out the specs for your local market. Power delivery through the automatic transmission is smooth, but it's geared towards fuel economy with gear changes happening quicker to keep the revs low, especially in eco mode. Press the dashboard mounted button and throttle input is changed, as well as transmission shift points. It makes the car noticeably slower, but in driving this car for about 1,000 miles, we did notice better fuel economy by a few mpg. Acceleration from the somewhat noisy but smooth engine is noticeably quicker than in a Nissan Versa or Cube and the Honda Fit, and about the same as the equally powerful Scion XB. Handling is about what you'd expect from a tallish front-wheel drive small wagon. It's easy to point where you want, and it's safe and stable. However, like too many cars today with electric power steering, feedback is a little bit numb, but the wheel is fairly quick and precise. Around town, the ride is very stiff, especially with the 18-inch wheels and low-profile tires of our Tester, but on a long, smooth stretch of highway, it's more compliant and quiet. This is no sports car or Grand Cruiser, and it isn't meant to be. The Soul works best as a commuter car and urban vehicle. Parking is very easy thanks to a tight turning radius and the short body length and the rear view camera. Now, what will all of this cost you? Well, pricing for the base model with a manual transmission, smaller engine, and no sunroof starts at just $14,400. Step up to a Plus model, which will give you the more powerful engine and a bunch of other available features, and you're looking at $16,700. Add another $1,000 for an automatic transmission, and this is the trim level that will suit most people. It actually rides smoother thanks to a different but smaller wheel and tire combination and cloth seating, which some people might find more comfortable. Step up to an Exclaim model and expect to pay $19,900 to start with, and if you want to avoid the totally unique houndstooth interior motif and match what our Tester has, you have to throw in the premium package for an additional $2,500, putting you at just over $23,000 in all. Any trim you select represents a pretty good value in the typical Hyundai Kia fashion, giving you a lot for your money. So if you want a practical, competitively priced, easy-to-manage vehicle that will probably suit most of your needs, this Soul is a very strong player and is probably worth at least a test drive. Other vehicles out there offer better fuel economy and resale value with more conservative styling if that's important to you. Plus, Nissan just revealed its new upcoming Versa hatchback, Honda is expected to show off its new Fit this summer, and there's a newcomer as well with the Fiat 500L. This past spring, Kia debuted the mostly all-new 2014 Soul at the New York International Auto Show, and the new model promises to expand upon all of the good qualities the current one has, while improving on comfort, safety, and available features. Something to consider and keep in mind with that new model coming is that dealers might be willing to talk about their pricing a bit more. The most important thing to spend your money on, though, is safety, and the Soul does pretty well there too. No matter which trim you choose, you're getting front, side, and curtain airbags, anti-lock brakes, and stability control. As always, make sure to test drive at least 2 or 3 different vehicles in the price range you're looking at, and then go to 2 different dealerships in person to get a quote. Thank you for watching today. Don't forget to follow GlobeCarReviews on Twitter. You can also find us on Facebook. And if you want to keep seeing videos like this, please share the videos on your own profile. It's also a great way to see what your friends and family think of the car you're looking at. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.